Right, Cardiff on Sunday. First up, let's talk club versus country. It's been a while now since we beat Arsenal. We're over it. Guys, do we like that there's an international break, or is it just a pain?
Rubbish. I hate it. Can't stand the international breaks. They kind of just make the season drag on a little bit longer than it needs to be. And I'm not really a fan of England at all, to be honest. I want them to do well, but for many years now, I haven't supported them since that all stand up if you hate Man U at Wembley, the whole Beckham, Phil Neville, Ronaldo things. Can't stand it, to be honest.
I agree. I find it pretty boring. The games in the last sort of 3 or 4 years, I don't think I've enjoyed maybe 1 or 2 England games. I only really watch if there's United players on the pitch. As soon as they're subbed off, I turn off. Simple as that, really. I really couldn't care less. I haven't got a lot of time for the FA, really, to be honest with you. I think they're a bunch of hypocrites, so I'm not going to support their team.
Right, just quickly, bit of background noise. Get over it. Don't worry about it. We're working in a busy environment. It happens. Let's move on. Amy, what do you think? Do you care about the international games? Do you think it's a good opportunity for players to get some football who aren't getting some football, and for others to get a rest, maybe?
Yeah, in some respects, but I agree with these two. Like, it's just boring. It's uninspiring. Like, then I'm saying that, I nearly always have it on, but then I find myself like, I care. And in my head, I want to support England for obvious reasons, but I just...
Well, it doesn't have to be England. We focus on it. Nani is going to be playing a very important game. It has been playing important games for Portugal. Valencia's been over in Ecuador. It's a big old journey for him to make there and back. It's not just the England United players that have been in action.
Yeah, true. It's one of those, like, if you ask about England, I find them a bit... It's just boring. There's no word, but there's opportunities for other players there, so... You've got to sort of take them. But I mean, it is frustrating when you want to turn on your telly and there's no Premier League. I want to go, but what can you do?
If we pick up an injury in one of these friendlies, a long-term injury, are we going to be happy that they got a run around? Don't think so. So, I don't mind if the qualifiers, competitive games, you've seen Danny Welbeck do well in them. He scores more goals for England than he does for United. But, if we pick up a long-term injury in one of these games, like I was happy to see Robin van Persie pull out of the two Holland games. So pick up a long-term injury. It's a bit annoying, so not a fan of them at all.
Okay, talking of injuries, Michael Carrick is now out for a long time. Danny Welbeck is out for a while. What's that going to mean to our squad? And certainly, what is that going to mean for our title challenge? Because Michael Carrick is a big player.
Yeah, it's not great news at the minute, and a lot of our injuries seem to be in sort of midfield. Anderson might have to play again soon, which is a little bit of a worry.
The boy.
Do you know what I mean? So put down the McCoy's Cripps, Anderson, because you might have to get a game soon, lad. Do you know what I mean? No, it's not great. Welbeck, I think he was starting to really progress, and he feels like he's been out for ages now. So that's a big one. But Michael Carrick, yeah, that's a huge blow to us. He's our best central midfielder by a long, long way.
I think it's a big miss. I think more so in Europe, because the games in the league, if we are looking to win the league, we should really be winning them without Carrick. But this now means that Fellaini has to step up, Cleverley has to step up, and Anderson may get a game now. We haven't seen him from earlier on in the season. I know Phil Jones is injured, but I think when he plays in central midfield against teams we should beat, I don't think he's that good, to be honest. I don't think he's good enough on the ball. When he's got a job to do and he's marking a man, as we saw against Ozil, as we've seen in the Bernabeu and whatnot, he's very good at that. But I think in a central midfield position with the ball, he's not good enough. So I'd like to see Fellaini and Cleverley given a start, and hopefully they can step up to the mark, because it's time they do now.
Okay, well, without the likes of Carrick, Amy, maybe young players, Ryan Giggs might get more of a game.
Well, yeah. I mean, like Malcolm said, these players do need to step up to the play, but I mean, I'll be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit worried about Carrick not being there, but maybe that's a bit of bias. But does anybody know if Robin van Persie fit? Because obviously I saw him pulling out of the Holland things, and that could be...
We don't know 100%.
That could be...
So if he doesn't play, we're really sorry. But we understand that he's likely to feature. Whether that means starting or coming off from the bench, he should be all right. He pulled out as more of a precaution, is the impression we've got, rather than because of a major problem.
Okay.
Adam, have you seen similar?
Yeah, RVP should play, to be fair. I think if these were serious games for Holland, he probably would have played.
Yeah, he probably would have played, yeah. Now then, let's talk about teams. Who are we starting against? Cardiff. Terry, tell us your team.
Okay, mate. De Gea in goal, as usual. Raphael at right back. Then Evans and Vidic in central midfield, and Paddy Evra.
Central midfield.
Centre back. Just testing. Long day at work.
Hey, don't worry, we all understood. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's just Adam.
You're so picky,
yeah,
Adam.
There we go. In midfield, as the two central midfielders, I've gone for Kagawa and Cleverley due to the injuries that we have. Then with Valencia slightly to the right, Rooney is sort of in the hole, and Januzaj out on the left with RVP up top, hopefully scoring some goals.
Do you think can Kagawa do a job in central midfield with Rooney in front of him, or are they just going to get in each other's way? And also, do you think Raphael will be? Is he match fit?
Well, he should be okay. He's had a few weeks. I've seen pictures in training, so fingers crossed he's doing all right. Is Raphael? But there ain't much choice really with midfield with the injuries that we've got. I'm reading say that Fellaini might be out as well. And if Fellaini's out as well, then I don't see anyone other than Kagawa. I'd rather Kagawa in the middle than Chubby Anderson. Okay,
Amy, you've ignored Giggs, by the way.
I know.
I did this short on Robin, but I went for exactly the same back as Terry. So they get Raphael, Evans, Vidic, Evra, and then I went for Fellaini and Cleverley with the hopes that Fellaini's ready to step up a little bit. And then I went for Nani, Hernandez, Januzaj, and Rooney at the front. But I mean, I'd like to see Hernandez get a game anyway. So.
Okay. Mexico didn't play him. Their manager felt that if he's not playing for his club, he shouldn't play for his country. Is that a concern? Is that going to get in his head? Is that going to be another factor, like a major factor that he wants to go? There's a World Cup coming.
I mean, it's not exactly great for him to hear, is it? And it's not. But the thing is, we need to give him games, so give him games.
Good. Adam, what do you think of those teams?
I would go with Fellaini, Cleverley in the middle. I think Kagawa would work as a 3 if he had like 2 behind him, Carrick and Fellaini behind him, for example. I think he'd work there with Cleverley and Kagawa. I think it'd be, they're both very good passers, but who's going to do the defensive work? I don't think either of them would do that. I'd play Nani and Januzaj wide. I think Valencia's playing 2 o'clock in the morning tonight, UK time, so he's probably going to get back to Carrington on Friday. So I doubt he'll start, to be honest. And I'd go with RVP, Rooney up top. Hernandez does need to get games, but you know, he will get games. He's our third choice striker. Rooney and Van Persie aren't going to play every single game. But away from home, Cardiff are decent at home. I'd play our 2 main strikers.
Okay, thanks very much. Now, let's talk about Cardiff. They are decent at home. Who are the danger men? What have we got to watch out for? Can we beat them? Terry?
Yeah, we definitely can beat them. I mean, they've had a few good performances this year. They played well against their sort of derby against Swansea and obviously beating our big rivals in City. They're beatable. They're 2 danger men for me. I think there's 2. We've got to look out for Craig Bellamy. He's getting on a bit, but he has had some great games against United in the past. And also, with our soft central midfield, Gary Medel, bit of a beast, bit of an animal in terms of, he could rough our midfield up a little bit, and they're the types of players that have got under our skin in recent years. So I'm a bit worried about those 2. But I do think that we have more than enough quality to get 3 points.
Okay, any concerns, Amy?
I think we should be winning it. Like you said, they've had a few good games, but similarly, they're not. I mean, what are they? 14th, and we're well above them. So we should in theory be beating them. There he is. I mean, I can imagine like Corker can cause a few. Their skipper could cause a few problems defensively, but I've got faith. I think we've got a chance. We've got a good chance. I shouldn't even be saying that, but.
I mean, they're very good at home. They beat City, they beat Swansea there in their derby, so they're quite strong at home. But then they've lost against the last game. They lost against Villa, so it shows the good and the bad of them. They've got former United man Campbell that could cause problems. Adam Wingy and Bellamy up top, so they've got a few good options up top for them. Will they cause us problems? Yes, but I'm expecting us to win. We need to go on a run now, so I'm expecting us to win.
All right, you're all sounding quite confident. Let's see you put your money where your mouths are. Terry, prediction?
2-0 United.
Amy?
3-1 United.
Oh, bold. Adam?
2-0 United.
Okay, I reckon we'll have a 1-0.
Again?
And I'll take it.
You were right last time. You were right last time. You didn't say 2-0 and you were right.
Bloody hell. This will actually happen then. This will happen. If you're going to put money on, put it on 1-0 because I've called it, and basically I can predict the future. That's disclaimer. That's all bollocks. Don't do that. All right. Brilliant. Thanks very much, guys. They say the best things in life are free, and in this case, it's very, very true. So subscribe to Full Time Devils because it will cost you nothing. There's loads of benefits. You'll get all the videos first. It's amazing. So do that. Comment on the video. Let us know what you think. Who would you play? Who wouldn't you play? Who are the danger men? And what should Moyes be doing differently? Do it.